Well, I'm going to talk a little bit about this shooting here that happened in Westbury, and SouthShore12 doesn't even have a video on their website, so I have to actually show you the video from the TV itself. But just to show you where this happened, and this is gang related, and this is exactly why I moved out of Westbury. Pepperidge Road in Westbury, and this is north of the Parkway, but even the neighborhood north of the Parkway has gone down. So this is where it happened, right over Pepperidge Avenue, right here. Pepperidge Road is this street right here, you see. All right. And this is where it happened. And, you'd think that they would spend more time covering it and at least send reporters, but they didn't, because this area is, again, forgotten. The whole central Nassau area between Hicksville and Floral Park is just a wasteland to them, I guess. So this is around where it happened right here. And I know it doesn't look terrible, but this neighborhood has issues. As all of Westbury has issues because of the gangs. So let's see what the SouthShore12 covered.
Investigation squad is investigating a shooting in Westbury that injured 6 people.
Yeah, they barely covered it.
I was out to lunch with my son, and a coworker of mine told me to come back.
At least they did cover the Plainview fire. Let's see if they covered that.
As smoke billows from a storage facility next door.
It goes off all day and all night.
And false alarms. A group of Freeport residents say the fire alarm in their apartment complex won't stop blaring.
Yeah, that's exactly what I could deal with.
Hey, tomorrow morning is
but of course, they get coverage, I guess, because they're in a bigger apartment building, right?
Talk about the latest forecast coming out.
And welcome into News 12, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm Tama Paulton. We begin tonight in Nassau, where police say 6 people were shot in Westbury. And police say all of those victims have non-life-threatening injuries, and they are all in stable condition. We are told they were shot outside of a home on Pepperidge Road.
They led with this, but they barely covering it.
Police say officers responded there, 4 shots fired. The gang investigation squad is investigating. No other details have been released.
And that's it.
And state police say a driver was killed after crashing into an overpass on the Wantagh Parkway. They tell us 32-year-old Johnson, Maryland.
So they just race through these stories that are actual news stories,
we're told the crash
and they cover fluff. You'll see.
In Levittown, around at a storage facility in Plainview. The Plainview fire chief tells us the fire broke out on the 4th floor.
Let me guess, they're going to barely spend any time on this too, right?
Road around 2. The chief says firefighters were able to contain those flames, and he says nobody was hurt. Nearby businesses tell us they had to evacuate.
I was out to lunch with my son, and a coworker of mine told me to come back. Said there was massive smoke and fire department's coming. I came back. When I spoke to the firefighter, they weren't sure exactly what it was. They did ask me to evacuate the building because the flame was possibly in the building.
Now, the cause of the fire is under investigation by the Nassau County Fire Marshal's office.
It's not a whole lot of time.
And a constant fire alarm, but no fire. A group of Freeport tenants claim that the fire alarms have been going off and waking them up in the middle of the night for years. News 12's Carmen Grant has
again, this is unbelievable.
It goes off all day and all night.
Tenants at the Moxie Ribby Apartments in Freeport are talking about the building's fire alarms.
And that's what you're hearing all the time. All the time.
It's been an ongoing problem, tenants claim, ever since they were relocated from their old public housing building because of lingering problems caused by Superstorm Sandy to this new housing development across the street.
Keep going off for 4 years. The alarm system had
This is how people in affordable housing are treated, folks.
Today, only lights were flashing, but while there we heard an alarm sounding off in the lobby.
This alarm has been frequently making this noise and terrorizing this whole building.
Tenants claim there are also elevator issues.
This elevator works every other day. You can come down it, and then you can't get back up because it's broke.
The development is under the Freeport Housing Authority and managed by Georgia Property Management. A rep from the Housing Authority tells News 12 that the fire alarm system is working properly, and it was set off 2 days ago after a tenant had been smoking in their unit.
Yep.
The Housing Authority issuing this statement that reads in part, quote, "The fire alarm system has always been and continues to be professional."
Again, this is the way of people in affordable housing are treated. This is the way we're treated. We can't live in normal buildings. We got to have buildings with problems.
Will be conducting an inspection on the system on Tuesday as a precaution. In Freeport, Carmen Grant.
I'm glad at least News 12 covered that, but...
We turn our attention to new
all right,
details
they're covering
now.
this. Okay, they are covering this.
Nassau police say a Queens man stole cooking oil from 16 different
And they did cover this. I already shared the link for that. So, and they were all in the middle of the island. Of course, no surprise there. At least they did spend time covering that.
With Governor Kathy Hochul about her plan to stop violence against retail workers.
And they did cover
the president and CEO of Bala.
So they covered that yesterday as well. And then they're back to this.
Is taking up a national fight.
This is back to the fluff again.
Last year,
how about not covering this fluff and spending more time on the other stories?
Has the story.
Let me take a guess. This happened. South Shore, right?
Part of this group. Yeah, the group is tough, and some of the
all right, they're not on the South Shore, but this is what they spend so much time covering, and they barely covered
$300,000 for cancer research.
Let's see where this is. They spend too much time on this nonsense. It's not news, man.
And tonight, a group of Nassau teachers are walking in memory of one of their own. The support for Team Kenny was on full display at today's 15th annual GC for a Cure 5K run and walk. We are told that Garden City primary school teacher Christine Kenny died about a month ago.
So this is what they spent time covering. So Loudlabs has it covered, so I'm going to put the link below for that so you can see that. Please check his video out. He was there on the scene. But SouthShore12 didn't. Let's see if any other anyone else shot. Let's see. Newsday. All right, ABC 6 did cover it. Let's see. ABC 7, my mistake. No video, or maybe there is a video. Only a 37-second
Nassau
video.
County,
Again.
6 people shot at an 18th birthday party.
Shot.
The gunfire erupted shortly before 11 o'clock last night inside a home on Pepperidge Road in Westbury. Doctors expect all the victims to survive. 3 of the partygoers say the party was calm and people were starting to leave when they heard several shots.
We didn't see yeah, everybody just ran. The kid who is hosting the party, he feels bad. Like, he didn't want nobody to get hurt in this situation. Like, this was never supposed to happen.
No suspects and so far no apparent motive.
All right, that's decent coverage. At least they interviewed people. SouthShore12 couldn't even do that.
Full scene at a baby shower in Queens.
And you know if this shooting happened on the South Shore, they would have been all over it. But because it happened in central Nassau, they don't care. At least the New York City stations actually did manage to do a decent job covering it. Fox 5 doesn't have a video. But at least they have a little more. It wasn't like a house party. It was a birthday party. So it was a birthday party. A shooting at a birthday party. Unbelievable. You know, and I had to make this video. Usually I take a break on Saturday night, but this is kind of important. So, again, just another example of how we're forgotten here in central Nassau. It's like, you know, it's unbelievable what's going on. It's all part of the plan. You know, it really is. It really, really is. So that's it. What can I say? I'll put the links to some of these stories in the description below, as well as the video from Loudlabs, and you can watch. It's a pretty major story, and it should have gotten a lot more coverage than it did. But we all know why it didn't. We all know why.